Luis Mangione has been indicted on terrorism, upgraded murder charges in New York. So this is an update to the Brian Thompson assassination. Mangione is accused of killing Brian Thompson on December 4th. A New York grand jury has indicted Luigi Mangione on terrorism charges related to the December 4th killing of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The grand jury voted to indict Mangione on second-degree murder charges as a crime of terrorism, indicating the accused killer had intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, influence the policy of a unit of government by intimidation or coercion, and affect the conduct of a unit of government by murder, assassination, or kidnapping, which is the definition of terrorism. The deliberate commission of an act of violence to create an emotional response through the suffering of the victims in the furtherance of a political or social agenda. So he definitely fits the definition there for terrorism. So all the people out there supporting this guy, still, you are now supporting a terrorist. Congratulations. Mangione is also charged with first-degree murder, which is in New York, reserved for specific acts like the murder of police officers, murder for hire, killing a witness, or acts of terrorism, which he did commit terrorism. If he is the person that committed this assassination, he did commit an act of terrorism. He also faces charges for possessing weapons and forged instruments. That would be his 3D printed firearm. We allege that Luigi Mangione carried out the brazen, targeted, and fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown Manhattan, said Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg in a statement issued on December 17th. This type of premeditated, targeted gun violence cannot and will not be tolerated, and my office has been working day in and day out to bring the defendant to justice. The Ivy League educated scion is of a prominent Maryland family and is the prime suspect in the killing of Thompson, who was gunned down on December 4th in Midtown Manhattan by a masked assailant who then fled the scene on a bicycle, evading authorities. 5 days later, Mangione was arrested at Altoona, PA, McDonald's after a customer recognized the suspect killer from images put out by New York police. Police found a 9mm ghost gun and several fake IDs on his person. A motive has not been definitively established, but police believe Mangione harbored an animus towards corporate America, particularly the healthcare industry. The words deny, depose were found on the shell casings at the scene, while delay was found on a bullet per Bragg's office, similar to a phrase used to describe the healthcare industry's practices for scuttling claims. Besides the gun and IDs, police also found a manifesto in his possession in which he said that people in the health industry were parasites who had it coming. Meanwhile, on Reddit, an account belonging to Mangione opened up about struggles with chronic back pain, irritable bowel syndrome, and other health issues. Hey, I have both of those, chronic back pain and irritable bowel syndrome. I don't think I'd ever go kill someone over it, though. He reported getting spinal surgery in 2023. See, that's where he messed up. Spinal injury. Those are incredibly dangerous, incredibly difficult surgeries. I have a messed up tailbone from an injury that I got when I was younger. It now pushes the way it healed because I didn't get it treated. My parents didn't believe it was broken, so they never took me to the doctor. When I became old enough, I took myself and I got it x-rayed. It's pushing up against some nerves, so I get constant back pain that shoots up my back, and it affects everything I do. But I'm not going to get surgery for it because of exactly this. Spinal surgeries are not always good. They can have a lot of complications, and I rather just deal with the pain than make it worse. So Mangione had cut off contact with family and friends for 6 months prior to the killing, and his mother filed a missing person report with the San Francisco Police Department in November. Requests for comment from Mangione's attorneys were not immediately returned. So I wanted to go back to where he was found. So he was found by Altoona police in PA, in a McDonald's. So the McDonald's was getting review bombed, and it actually forced Google forced to intervene after McDonald's gets review bombed over New York City shooter's arrest. Google has been forced to take down a deluge of derogatory reviews targeting the McDonald's branch where the New York City shooting suspect Luigi Mangione was arrested. Mangione, 26, was apprehended at the fast food chain's restaurant in Altoona, Pennsylvania, Monday after a 5-day manhunt. He has now been charged with the murder of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, who was shot dead outside of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan on December 4th by a masked assailant who was lying in wait for him. Yes, he was cowardice. If you look at the video, he was a complete coward. He didn't even let the guys see it coming. The suspect then fled the scene, sparking a days-long manhunt before Mangione was spotted eating at a table in the McDonald's. According to police, a customer recognized Mangione from photos of the attacker circulated by the NYPD and reported their suspicions to a staff member who then called in the tip. But following the suspect's arrest, the McDonald's branch was targeted by review bombing. This location has rats. This is a comment from one of the reviews. This location has rats in the kitchen that will make you sick and your insurance isn't going to cover it, one spoof restaurant reviewer wrote in response, alluding to a famous mafia slur. Do not stop here. If you are an American hero, they will sell you out, another person wrote. Others likewise derided the venue as a haven for snitches. Google said in a statement that it is taking down the reviews, saying they violate our policies and have been removed. Yes, then these people should be banned from being able to review anything in the future because they're childish and they're disgusting monsters supporting a actual terrorist that murdered a man around the holidays. You people are fucking sick. I don't get why people are celebrating this man's death and going as far to review bomb the store that reported a criminal. This guy is a criminal. He is a suspect in a cold-blooded murder case, now being charged with terrorism. These people did the right thing, and you are now targeting them because of it. You are disgusting. Altoona police is even being targeted because they're the ones that arrested Luigi. So the McDonald's called in the tip, and then this Altoona police responded. Now they're being threatened by Luigi Mangione fans. This guy has fans. The Altoona Police Department has stated that they've been receiving threats following the arrest of Luigi Mangione at a local McDonald's on Monday. In an impromptu news conference on Tuesday, Deputy Chief Derek Swope said that they are currently investigating threats made against police officers and local police involved in Mangione's arrest. This is clearly a very polarized case. We have received some threats against our officers and buildings here, Swope shared, referring to the police department's building. We've started investigating some threats here against some citizens in our community. We're taking all of those threats seriously and doing all the follow-up we can with those. Shortly after Mangione's arrest on Monday, the McDonald's at which police discovered the 26-year-old was review bombed by seeming supporters who were upset that one of its workers snitched on him. The suspect in United States healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's murder, Mangione, is currently in police custody and is contesting extradition to New York, where he is charged with murder. Well, now it's charged with terrorism. So, that's weird. I can highlight it red on this one. Anyway, sidetrack. Yeah, no, it's absolutely disgusting what these people are doing. You should not be attacking police officers for doing their fucking job. They're literally doing their job. What happens, like if you have a family member that works for a big company or something and they're accused of doing wrong, but haven't been proven, nothing's been proven, but they're just accused of doing something wrong, or people perceive them as doing something wrong, and then your family member gets murdered around the holidays. Is that cool? Is that fine? Is that fine with you? And then, of course, the people supporting this will be like, well, if my family member caused the death of thousands of people, then yeah. And it's like, he didn't. Brian Thompson didn't murder anyone. He didn't commit a single crime. He's never been committed. He's never been, He's never been charged with, he's never even been charged with a crime, let alone indicted on one or whatever it's called. He's never convicted. That's the word I'm looking for. He's never even been convicted of a crime. So Luigi Mangione had some perceived slight from this guy and took him out on his own. He went on his own and did this. It's absolutely disgusting, and the people supporting him are also disgusting. You have people like Taylor Lorenz here. She's on Piers Morgan. Let me just go ahead and play this clip. I'll commentate over it.
Facts. I disagree. Let's move to the other story.
My computer is incredibly slow.
Because Taylor's been waiting patiently here. So this issue of Brian Thompson, one of the top healthcare executives in the country, I'm just curious why your first reaction would be to his cold-blooded execution. And people wonder why we want these executives dead. And then you later commented when people were giving you a lot of blowback, I'm not alone, you said. Healthcare executive down with party balloons was on an X post that you commented on. Why would you be in such a celebratory mood about the execution of another human being? Aren't you supposed to be on the caring, sharing left where, you believe in the sanctity of life?
I do believe in the sanctity of life. And I think that's why I felt, along with so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it's...
Joy?
See, they want to justify this however they want. She says she's along with thousands of other Americans, or whatever she said. She's with a lot of other Americans and expressing joy in the death of this guy. He's just a symbol for I don't know, elite wealthy healthcare people. Like I don't even get why people are celebrating this guy's death. You want to justify it by saying that he caused the death of thousands of people with his insurance company. And it's like, if his insurance company didn't exist, or if we didn't have insurance companies in general, then everyone would just die without insurance, right? So it's like, by that same logic, isn't he helping thousands of people too? Like, just because he's denying people, what about all the people he's accepting? And his company is actually being sued right now. We don't know if they've actually committed wrong or not, because that case is ongoing. And even then, that's how you do it. You go through the legal system. You don't take the law into your own hands and go murder people in cold blood like a coward.
Feels like,
serious?
I mean,
Joy in
I
a
guess I
man's
would say
execution?
maybe not joy, but certainly not empathy.
Look at this coward. Look at this coward. This is the suspect, Luigi Mangione. At least it is believed to be him. We are not 100% positive. Innocent till proven guilty. But coward, absolute coward. This guy's walking into work, and it's around the holidays. He's just trying to make some money for his family, make some money for himself and whatever he's doing. This guy comes up behind him, doesn't even give him a chance. Does not even give him a chance. Absolute coward. Doesn't even look him in the eyes when he kills him. Coward. Absolute coward. And anyone supporting this man's an absolute disgusting coward. And I'm sure you would do the same. And that's why you're an absolute monster.
Watching the footage, how can this make you joyful? This guy's a husband, he's a father, and he's being gunned down in the middle of Manhattan. Why does that make you joyful?
Of Americans that be murdered. So are the tens of thousands of Americans, innocent Americans, who died because.
See how she changes her language there? She's trying to justify it any way she can. She expresses joy, and I recommend you actually go. I'll stop it there. Go watch the entire Piers Morgan episode. I'll link it down below. It was a great episode. Taylor Lorenz multiple times talks about how she expresses joy, and then when she feels pushback from Piers, she tries to backtrack and then immediately retracts her backtrack. It's disgusting. This person, Taylor Lorenz, is famous for complaining about being bullied on the internet, but she can't handle being bullied on the internet, but she's completely fine with someone getting shot in the back over some perceived wrong. Absolute disgusting hypocrite. But I'll link that down below. I recommend you go and watch that. And, after you're done watching that, maybe you can go and watch the multiple documentaries that are being made about Luigi Mangione. 4 Luigi Mangione documentaries are in the works so far. I'm not even going to read this whole article, but following his arrest, Luigi Mangione, the suspect in the murder of United States Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has become a trending topic in Hollywood with a documentary, another documentary, a TV show, and a news special in the works. And I'm sure there'll be books and all kinds of other things about this guy. And, people talk about white privilege. This guy's the definition of white privilege. I don't think I have any white privilege in my life, but if I had to give an example for white privilege, it would be this guy right here. He came from a wealthy family. He was able to afford spinal surgery. He went to an Ivy League school. He was apparently a valedictorian, and he's lived a very privileged life. And now he's getting even more privilege, being a murderer who is now being celebrated. There's women online talking about how they would love to be with him. I just read it now. They're making movies, TV shows, special newscast, like all kinds of stuff just for this guy. He murdered someone on video. The whole country saw him do it, assuming it is him. We saw him do it. And we're celebrating him, giving him movies. What is the next person supposed to think? What is the next person supposed to think when they consider carrying out an act such as this? They're going to think, well, that one guy, he just, murdered him. And yeah, he went to prison, but he got a bunch of movies made about him. He has TV shows. He got famous. Like, I don't even want to show this guy's face, but it's already everywhere. It's blown up over the internet. I don't want him to be famous from this, but the people in this country want him to be famous. Half the country is completely fine with what he did. and it's absolutely disgusting. But I see this as the absolute white privilege. I mean, the CEO didn't come from a wealthy family. He is wealthy now, but he was a working class guy that worked his way up to CEO. He had a family, he had kids. Luigi Mangione does not have a family, he does not have kids, and that's probably why part of the reason why he did this, because he doesn't care what happens to his future. He has no future. And it's absolutely disgusting. The people that are celebrating this are disgusting. I recorded this exact segment only to realize that my mic wasn't working, so I had to re-record it, but I got incredibly angry going through this, and I was just cussing left and right. You people are absolutely sick, disgusting monsters. There's no way you can justify this, no matter how you want to cut it. It's all based off your own emotion and your own sick desire to attack the elites or perceived elites or the people that you perceive that have done you wrong. Vigilante justice does nothing. This will change nothing. Health insurance will not improve. If anything, prices will get worse because now these CEOs have to spend money to ensure that they have security, armored cars, whatever else they need to make sure that this does not happen again. And I would not be surprised if CEOs receded to the shadows and started working further in the shadows. That way we don't know exactly who they are or what they're doing, and it just makes the problem worse. So I hope you people are happy, which you seem to be, but in the long run, this will do nothing. This will fix nothing. And in fact, it'll likely make it worse. But I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more. Thank you.